With me now is the founder and chairman of the ALCCI, Fadi Zouki. Fadi, thanks so much for entertaining us, hosting us all this evening. What was the inspiration behind establishing this organisation?
Well, the inspiration was really the lack of true representation in Australia for our community in Australia, and also lack of knowledge from the Australian wider community, Australian wider community, in terms of Lebanon. What Lebanon got to offer to the world arena in terms of trade and commerce, and we felt that by promoting trade and commerce and building this bridge of economics between Australia and Lebanon will bring the two nations closer together and will accentuate the people who really have contributed a lot to Australia and Lebanon since the 1840s.
And tonight's about celebrating that relationship and enhancing it, trying to grow that relationship.
Absolutely. This tonight is really about celebrating the relationship, yes, but it's also indeed about networking, letting people to connect with each other in terms of business, and of course enjoy themselves and have a great time.
Where do you see, just finally, where do you see the sweet spots, the opportunity for growing the relationship into the future?
I think we've been very successful also to bring in the political exchanges. Having government-to-government talks has helped a lot in terms of getting Lebanon familiar with Australia and what's got to offer, and vice versa. And but also what we've seen is through all the trade missions we've done over the years, we've done almost 8 trade missions to Lebanon, and that in itself has created a lot of interest from the Lebanese diaspora from Lebanon and around the world to look at Australia as a leading country in innovations, in healthcare, in many other areas that Lebanon desperately needs. They used to look at the European market and the US market for in terms of support. Now they look at Australia very seriously.
Fadi Zouki, OAM, thank you very much. The founder and chairman of the ALCCI. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Joining me is the former Premier of Victoria and patron of the ALCCI, Steve Bracks. It's great to see you, and well, you're the most successful Australian Lebanese politician that we've had. What does this mean to you, this sort of organisation, in terms of continuing your legacy in that sense?
Oh, it's great because it's a body focusing not just on trade but also investment, and we've had significant investment, really two-way investment between Lebanon and Australia. I'm on the board of the Bank of Sydney, which is owned by the Bank of Beirut, and the Bank of Beirut have capitalised that bank with $500 million, $500 million, which has been invested in Australia, and that's one of the examples of things that can happen. So, I think it's great, and all credit to Fadi Zouki and the team. They've done a great job in getting this body going.
When you look at the links, the establishment for those sorts of trade and investment ties, there's very rich people-to-people links, aren't there, in terms of my heritage, yours, and many others here this evening?
Yeah. It's a rich heritage, and not many people are aware that it goes back a long way. My ancestry goes back to the 1890s, as does Jack Nass's, as do the Maloufs. Then there was the waves post the Second World War. Then there was the waves post the Civil War in Lebanon. So you've had significant layers and layers of Lebanese people, and a lot of those people wouldn't know. But they've done very well, most of those, in law, in politics, in business, and really they're the people we should be tapping into to build this relationship in the future.
With me now is the Consul General for Lebanon in Victoria, Ziad Atani. Consul, thanks so much for your time. Why is the ALCCI a good initiative and a good organisation for us to be supporting?
Well, this organisation, this association is a link between Lebanon and Australia, and especially in Victoria. And many delegations are going to Lebanon and from the Australian side to have more business, to see what are the fields of investment in Lebanon. And we hope that we'll do another delegation next May in the LDE. This is a good opportunity because Lebanon is a heaven of investment, especially about the taxes.
Well, Consul, I appreciate your time, and I hope you have a wonderful evening this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Joining me is the Victorian Minister for Trade, Investment, Small Business, and representing the Premier tonight, Philip Daladakis. It's great to see you and supporting a very worthwhile organisation.
Yeah, so the Lebanese Chamber does an amazing job here in Victoria. We're very lucky to have them. And I think at a time where people need to come together and celebrate what makes us different, but not be fearful of that difference, it means that tonight's even more important than it has been before. And
Fadi Zouki, the founder and chairman of the organisation, I know is planning another trade mission there. There are opportunities in the Middle East, particularly in Lebanon, given our people-to-people links with that country.
Yeah, absolutely, and the Victorian government has worked very hard to ensure that those opportunities are spread right across all of our industry sectors, and there's a lot of room to do more, especially into Lebanon. our two-way trade between Lebanon and Australia is still relatively small by our other trade opportunities. So we would like to see us do more, we would like to do more, and of course we have an election on November 24th, so if we're returned, we'd look forward to working with Fadi and arranging a trade mission into Lebanon.
Minister, appreciate your time. Thank you. Good to see you.
Great to see you again. Thank you.
With me from the ALCCI is Bernadette Khoury and Rosanna Bainey. Bernadette, first to you, why is the ALCCI an important organisation?
ALCCI is a very important organisation. It promotes both Australia and Lebanon and the rest of the world through bilateral trade and networking, and I think we're very fortunate to be in this amazing country, Australia, who has afforded us many wonderful opportunities, and of course to have that bilateral link between Lebanon, where we are so fortunate that we can actually do that bilateral trading of knowledge and business and all that type of information between Australia and Lebanon.
Rosanna, we have such a rich personal connection, people-to-people connection with Lebanon, don't we? And obviously that'll be on show tonight.
I think what you'll find is a lot of the young people that are working here this evening, we've got a group, the young entrepreneurs, they are carrying their culture on their sleeve. So they've maintained their roots, but they've integrated so well into Australian society. And that's what it's all about. That's what the Chamber is all about. We are here to network, to bring people in, to learn a little bit more about our culture and our heritage, to know a little bit more about our investments and what we can do in bilateral trade, but also to encourage our young people to maintain their roots. So this is what it really is all about.
Lebanese people are very proud of the contribution they've made to Australia, made it a better country. And I guess we're going to hear some of the award winners tonight, some of those making that contribution in a contemporary setting every day.
That's true. I can't say their names, but you'd be very thrilled when the recipients receive the awards for their outstanding, wonderful achievements in business, in fashion, in talent. Very proud to be Australian Lebanese and to be able to attribute so many of their wonderful, some that have really had this passion to want to do better, to strive, that have come from a country, perhaps Lebanon, if they were born in Lebanon, where they have struggled, where they have gone through many crises. But at the end of the day, I guess this Lebanese passion of wanting to do and be successful will be definitely evident tonight.
And Rosanna, you've attended many of the balls, and it's about having fun as well, isn't it, tonight?
Absolutely. We'd like to say that everyone can kick off their heels. Do so if you have to. But there will be a lot of entertainment tonight. We're very, very proud of the people that are coming in to entertain the audience, and I'm sure everyone will have a wonderful, wonderful night.
Rosanna Bainey and Bernadette Khoury from the ALCCI. It's lovely to speak to you both. Have a good time.
Thank you.
Joining me now is Tony Latouf and Nada Latouf from Hairhouse Warehouse, among other organisations, but you're also part of the ALCCI. You're proud of that association with this organisation, and why is it important?
Yes, so I'm one of the co-founding members of the Lebanese Chamber of Commerce. It's about our culture, being Lebanese and working in Australia. Australia is a great country to give us opportunities. You work hard, you enjoy life, you meet good people, and we want to share our dreams and grow as a company and associate and have fun. Life's about meeting good people, having fun, and just doing everything right the first time.
Australian Lebanese have made a big contribution to this country, haven't they, over generations? I guess that is a celebration of that tonight.
Yes, tonight's about all our community together. The Lebanese have been here for over 150 years, and we've had ministers and premiers and football players and all sorts of people in the Lebanese community that have achieved and looking forward to doing more good stuff with Australia.
Tony Latouf, congratulations with your business endeavours, the Hairhouse Warehouse and other organisations. Congratulations. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you. Great today, and Lebanon's a beautiful place, and looking forward to going back there next year. And thank you for your support.
Thanks,
and we are Australian Lebanese together.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good on you, Tony. Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sheikh El Basha, thank you for your attendance and thank you for your time. Why is tonight an important occasion, and why is the ALCCI an organisation which should be supported?
Actually, every single year we celebrate with Mr. Fadi, and we fully support for him, and we are very proud to be a man like him, give a bright picture for our Lebanese in Australia as well.
And Sheikh El Basha, the contribution of Lebanese people in this country is something which will be celebrated tonight. A focus of that, it's been a rich contribution, hasn't it?
Absolutely, yes. That's what I'm talking about that. So we share Mr. Fadi for that beautiful job, and we support him.
Sheikh El Basha, thanks so much. Have a good evening. I appreciate it. Joining me is the young entrepreneurs from the ALCCI. First of all, Celine, your thoughts on the importance of this organisation? Why is it such a good organisation to support and its initiatives?
Well, I think from a young entrepreneur's perspective, a youth perspective, I think it's imperative that we're able to provide others of our same background with the opportunities to flourish. And I think it's also important that we promote our skills, our employability, our achievements, our accolades, and show a side of the young Australian Lebanese community that is often not perceived on Australian media. And I think it's really important that the wider Australian community is aware of who we are, what we do, and what we actually represent. And this organisation provides the opportunity for us to do that.
Yeah, it's a wonderful initiative because it's something, I guess, that is relevant to you and the young Lebanese Australians, but something that our ancestors also have made possible through their achievements, their sacrifices.
Of course. I definitely agree. It's great to be here. We're very fortunate to be involved in the Young Entrepreneurs. We do a lot of great work making sure that the stereotypes are broken down, bringing people into our community, giving them a real voice and a real say. So it's really great to be a part of it, and I'm just really happy to be here.
Yeah,
Thanks.
have a good night. And in terms of the support for the young entrepreneurs, how does the ALCCI support in that sense operate?
Okay, so the ALCCI is essentially the branch that unites us all. So it provides us with support in terms of holding events and inviting us to the events, in terms of networking. It essentially binds us all together, and the ALCCI allows us all to unite and to essentially demonstrate and put forward our achievements and our skills.
And to share them as well, communicate, work together. Yeah.
It's a wider platform that we can communicate, especially in Melbourne, but Australia-wide as well. So we're quite happy with that, and we're definitely looking forward to the great things we can do in the future.
Absolutely. We'll have a wonderful night.
You too. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
Cheers, you too.
Thank you.
Shaguri, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
We're talking about Australia-Lebanon relations, but you've got a lot of experience in Africa.
Yes.
How does it fit into the economic and trade relationship when it comes to Lebanon and Australia?
Yes, Australia and Lebanon, they have a long history in trading. In West Africa, I'm also proud to say that we personally, in Sigma Communications Limited, we represent two brands from Australia. One of them is Kodan, and the second one is Barrett. And those are the high-frequency radios, international, and which most of the United Nations and the UN Core, they use it. So, of course, since over 20 years, we are promoting, and we are the distributor in Sierra Leone. Yes.
And there's a big Lebanese presence there as well?
Of course, I mean, West Africa, it's well known. It is a lot of Lebanese because the ancient Lebanese, when they immigrant from Lebanon, they went first to West Africa and South Africa, thinking that it's America. They didn't know that it was actually Africa. And then they have been there for since 1987. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, from 1887. 1887, yes. Over 120 years, 140 years.
Mr. Shaguri, thanks so much for your attendance and have a wonderful evening tonight.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
With me is Milad Zorab from the American Lebanese Association. It's great to have you all the way from Michigan.
All the way from Michigan to attend this function.
And why is it important to have these sorts of organizations to build the economic and personal trade relations between our nations and Lebanon?
It is very important for us, first of all, to connect the Lebanese community worldwide. As you probably know, and a lot of people know, we have 18 million of Lebanese descent throughout the world, and we have 3.8 million in Lebanon. We live in blessed countries with great resources and industries and everything else. Lebanon has limited resources, so we work together to see how we can help Lebanon. The economic situation in Lebanon, the different companies, to do business together, even with Lebanese companies throughout the world.
And I guess between Australian Lebanese and American Lebanese,
absolutely,
opportunities there too.
Yes, absolutely. Working together, like with the Australian, I mean, God bless this country, God bless America. We have the open economy, we have the free system. We can work together so we can improve economies in both countries and at the same time improve our situation, our position in our companies.
Milad Zorab, thank you so much for your attendance and for being here all the way from Michigan.
Thank you.
With me is Sheikh Ali Jeber. Sheikh, thanks so much for being here. Why is the ALCCI an important organization?
بطبيعة الحال بكل مجتمع تقدم هذا المجتمع يعتمد على أمر أساسي وهو الاقتصاد. وغرفة التجارة الأسترالية اللبنانية برئاسة القاضي الصديق فادي بتعتمد على موضوع التنمية الاقتصادية في البلدين وتنمية حجم التبادل التجاري بين أستراليا وبين لبنان. هذا بيساهم بتعزيز الاقتصاد وبتعزيز مستوى وارتفاع مستوى المعيشي في البلدين وخاصة بالبلد الأم لبنان، لأنه مثل ما بنعرف لبنان يفتقر إلى الاقتصاد. في كتير سياسي، في كتير نيوز وأخبار، بس ما في اقتصاد. وفادي وغرفة التجارة تنبهت لهذا الموضوع أن لبنان يحتاج إلى اقتصاد وتنمية اقتصاد وزيادة حجم الصادرات والواردات إلى لبنان.
Eva Mara with me from Yummy Mummies on Channel 7. It's great to see you, and you're supporting a very worthwhile initiative tonight.
Thank you very much.
Lebanese Chamber.
Absolutely. It's an honour to be here, and I'm really excited for everyone, so it should be a good night.
And what are you looking forward to most?
The entertainment. Definitely the entertainment.
Yeah, some great Lebanese singers and comedians as well. So.
Absolutely. I'm very excited.
Eva Mara, lovely to meet you. Have a good night.
Thank you very much.
Maria Kerr, great to see you. And why do you think an organisation like the ALCCI, the Chamber of Commerce and Industry, is one that you would support, that you think is worthwhile to back?
Well, it's definitely got great ethics and morals, and coming from this background in politics, as I'm running for the state election for the seat of Sydenham, so I align myself with the values.
And the Liberal Party in under Matthew Guy is one that will also embrace the Lebanese legacy as well, because obviously Steve Brack's a former premier, he's Lebanese heritage, but you're saying it's across the board?
Yeah, core values. We've got family values, we've got a focus on crime prevention in Victoria, which is a problem at the moment. So we're going to be doing great things come November.
And what are you looking forward to this evening to see?
I'm just looking forward to the whole experience. It's my first time, so I really can't wait to see what it's all about.
We'll have a lovely night, lots of Lebanese entertainment to look forward to.
Can't wait.
Nice to meet you. Good luck at the election. Nazir Al-Asma, Deputy President of Victorian Legislative Council. Mrs. Al-Asma, great to see you both. What are you looking forward to tonight?
Well, as usual, we come here every year and we thank the Australian Lebanon Chamber of Commerce for doing this. It will be an enjoyable night. I know Mr. Zoui and other members on the committee, they work hard to build a relationship between Lebanon and Australia, especially in Victoria, and they do a great job on it.
And you've been to a few of these before. In terms of the Lebanese contribution in Melbourne and in Australia nationwide, it's a rich one, isn't it? It's a very rich contribution.
It is. Every year it gets bigger and bigger, and a lot of people love to come to these sort of functions because they meet people from Lebanon, they meet other people, and they understand it's very important, the trade between Lebanon and Victoria, Lebanon and Australia.
And important to maintain the links to our heritage as well?
Absolutely, yes, it is. I think it was established 2012, and we've been coming every year. We're great supporters and we admire the work that the Chamber does.
The Lebanese ambassador to Australia, Milad Rad, his wife Rula, lovely, welcome to tonight's function. Why do you think this sort of initiative with the ALCCI is a positive initiative that we should support?
Yeah, I would like to say that the relations between Australia and Lebanon are very old ones, very good and friendly ones. And this is not the first event that I attend that is organized by the Chamber of Commerce and Industry here in Melbourne. And the importance of it is that to push relations forward doesn't come overnight. It needs an accumulation of efforts and attempts and events like these. So I came here a couple of years ago, and I'm happily attending this event again this year. And we need both sides, the Australian and Lebanese, they need to communicate in order to push our relations forward.
There is a rich heritage of Lebanese people in this country, going back many years. Where are the opportunities today for greater cooperation in business and trade and even in people links?
Yeah, the people links have always been very good, great really. A lot more can be done at many other fronts, cultural, economic, trade, investment, healthcare, education, and maybe other things. So the embassy in Canberra is keen to coordinate and cooperate with the, of course, consulates in Melbourne, the consulate in Sydney. We have 2 honorary consulates in Brisbane and Adelaide, as well as with the community and Australian authorities concerned to try to achieve things in the coming years in all the fields that I mentioned.
And just finally, it's a challenge for you because there's so many Lebanese in Australia, isn't there? You must be busy.
Yes, actually, I'm busy with that. My colleagues also are busy, but it's something that one is happy to be busy about.
The Consul General from the UAE, thanks so much for your attendance tonight. And these sorts of initiatives, boosting Australia's ties with the Middle East, is a worthwhile initiative that you support?
Yes, we are supporting the relation between UAE and the Australian Chamber, and especially Lebanese Chamber. And we have a lot of businessmen coming from UAE to Australia, to Victoria actually, and a lot of business men also going from Australia to UAE and Dubai and Abu Dhabi also.
And tonight with this evening, a chance for networking and so on as well. Do you see opportunities with Lebanese Australians as well?
Yes, a lot of opportunity between UAE and Lebanese businessmen.
Okay. Moni, thanks so much for your time. What's your contribution in terms of the connections between Australia and Lebanon in the context of the Chamber of Commerce and Industry?
Yeah, I work in Lebanon and in Australia. I'm the head of beauty for Miss Lebanon Immigrant. So we do Miss Lebanon Australia, and we go to Beirut for Miss World Immigrant. So that's my link. We work between Lebanon and Australia to keep the bridge, And
we have one of the former winners here tonight as well.
That's right, Jessica Kahawati, and she's gone really far. She's our ambassador for
And there's a lot of the people links with Lebanon, isn't there, in terms of Australia? A lot of Lebanese people have moved to Australia, migrants.
That's right, a lot of them, and we're proud to have Australia and Lebanon as well.